Well, ladies and gentlemen, this video I wan show una now, I go wan make una analyze am in a very reasonable way. Controversy now don knack Rivers State PDP, and as this controversy now dey boil now, e dey boil and dey hover around their presidential candidate, which is Atiku. The Rivers State PDP now no dey speak with one voice. Unto say some stakeholders dey vex say Wike don retire them. You go watch this video now wey I wan show you, make you hear from their mouth, make you know say no be from my mouth. The likes of Senator Limeba, Austin Okpara, and the rest of them, Celestine Omeya and all that, they dey vex say Wike call dem say he don retire them for politics, and as based on say he no collect the state level now give him person, say them dey look unto Atiku, whether if Atiku win now dem go still dey relevant for the system. So now Wike now dey get issue with them, say why dem go hold political meeting with Atiku without consulting him. A lot of things dey on ground now, so make una watch. Obedient fans, make una comment on this section. Based on this new electoral system, one man get one vote, nobody get any votes. As you go vote for a person of your choice. Anybody want vote, you vote for. Anybody wey go make Nigeria better, you vote for that person. Nobody get any right to gather any block votes. Always keep that in mind. Meanwhile, watch the video and tell me your opinion. Tell me what you think about them on the comment section.
Okay, the broadcast is not a surprise. You see, those who goes to equity should go with clean hand. If your hand is not clean, wash your hand before you move on to equity. Because if you go to equity with dirty hand, you will end up staying yourself. That is the situation I found in Rivers. After the primaries, there is a lot of issues that have risen in Rivers. You know, first, how we take this one about the brokers. Thursday last week, Governor Wike called us in Okpara, called Equatorial leaders, called Omeya, who was part of a peace, which was part of a solidarity meeting about a group of Rivers opinion leaders paid to the candidate of the People Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Now, that meeting, three things were discussed. Mr. President, we had the outburst of the governor on Friday calling you liars and calling you names, and we believe that is not in our character. For young people to insult old people, elder people. Number two, Rivers State have over 2 million voters. No person control all these voters. All these voters, by the new Electoral Act, have free voters to vote for who they want, and we believe, because our party is a majority in Rivers State, because our party is in governance of Rivers State, we believe Rivers people will vote for our candidate without negotiation. So, Atiku will win Rivers State without negotiation. And so nobody should threaten him that he will not get the vote in Rivers. Now, that meeting was on Monday. By Thursday, Governor have called the leaders of Equatorial ethnic nationalities and summoned Austin Okpara and summoned Omeya, and told them that they have no right to have gone to Atiku for a meeting of that nature without clearing from him. Now, that they should be ready, he will kill himself and kill them. He gave that threat. And that if they don't have gun, they should buy the guns. And Austin Okpara, in the first place, was a deputy speaker in the federal house, number 6 man in the country, when Atiku was number 2 man. They attend caucus meetings together. They attend National Economic Council meetings together. So, Austin Okpara and Atiku have been friends since 1999. And I believe that as a former number 6 man in the country, he has a friendship with Atiku which he can protect at any time. Number two, primaries are over. I myself seated here, I follow Wike to about 22 states, because I was supporting a Rivers man who wanted to be a president. But at the end of convention, Atiku won the convention and become the candidate of the party. We don't need another negotiation to support the candidate of the party as a party man. Meanwhile, there are 50 candidates of seven. Our duty, my duty, is to support the candidate of the party without negotiation with anybody. And so when this arises, and they clearly tell them, let me see how you can campaign for Atiku in this state. You cannot campaign for Atiku in this state without my permission. No one in this state can work for Atiku. On Friday night, he invited Diogonis and asked the member representing my constituency to tell me clearly that let him see how I will campaign for Atiku in this state. That he is waiting for me and he will finish me, and that I should be ready for him, that he is ready for me if I come to campaign for Atiku. These are all surprise moments. You have 50 candidates plus Atiku. Let's say we now have 51 candidates to campaign for in Rivers State. Why excise Atiku? These are clear facts. I am telling you with evidence. If you call us in the and call mayor, they will tell you this. This is the basis for this broadcast. And let me take you a little back. We can refuse any of us in Rivers State to buy form to campaign for the governorship of Rivers State. He bought 14 of us form and warned any of us not to campaign. Anybody who tries to campaign, Wike is ready to take on you. But I follow him to 20-something state campaigning to delegates. We don't know who is a delegate in Rivers. The list of delegates were not published. At the end of the day, he called me on the 24th and told me that I cannot be governor, that I campaigned for Atiku in 2019 without his permission, and that I even formed friends of Atiku. I even opened office for Atiku. So because of that, it is over. He cannot hand over the state to his enemy. These were precise words and pointed out as his staff, in the presence of his staff. I've never seen that humiliation in my life, and told me that his staff, this Accountant General, is a very good Accountant General that will still be accountable to him at least the next 6 months or 1 year. I am a tiger, and that I should not proceed to the primaries. That if I proceed to the primaries, I will get 0 votes, because the Accountant General will take the first position, the Commissioner for Finance will take the second position, the Commissioner for Work will take the third position, that I will not get any vote, because that is what he wants to do. So he have already shared the vote. But this is a man who came to the center, came to Abuja, and participated freely. He spoke to delegates and came second. So who was supposed to, and all of us, he did this to all of us in Rivers. He have never one day called us and said, look, my brother, I'm sorry about what happened at the primaries. Let's reconcile and move the party forward. He have never called and said, my brother, take it easy. He did not discuss with us about a candidate he want to use. He fooled us to the end. All of us have capacity to cause trouble and leave the party. But we kept quiet, thinking that with the abundance of Atiku Abubakar, we have a presidential candidate who may win election at the center, so that we have where to look at. Since he has finished with us in the state, he told all the people he gave position, he called them, have a meeting with them, and tell them that he has retired all of us. These are very provocative. These are not chocolates. And he told me that if he failed the primary on one of our campaigns, that he will collapse the whole system. If they do to him what they did to Dili, he will collapse the system, and everybody will go home. That is the fear here. And so these are not time for discussion, because what is the anger is When in 2000, when in 1990, when in 2007, Peter Odili was more qualified to be president, he couldn't get it. He was more qualified to be vice president, and Jonathan was choosing. Odili felt absolutely very bad. 3 days after, he congratulated Jonathan. Jonathan flew into Port Harcourt. The primary was on Saturday night, ending Sunday morning. Jonathan flew into Port Harcourt on a Wednesday and Odili rolled out the drums and Wike gave him a hero reception and thanked Obasanjo, who betrayed him, for even giving it to the South. That is stand by the South, and he will give Jonathan all the support he deserves. That was statesmanship. That was patriotism. So we shall talk, but we are not. I'm not talking now. I'm just contributing to give you the facts. So from all I've told you, what stand, what morale does Wike have to go and protest injustice? What is more injustice than what he did to me? So just a tip. Just look. After the meeting, he humiliated us in Okpara to say, "Oh, he's no longer the leader of Port Harcourt local. How can you reduce a number 6 man who is still a member of this party to the level of a local government leader?" Omeya, former governor, he reduced him that he's no longer a equated leader. Me, in 2015, he appointed me the chairman of a college